Hello, everyone, and thanks for joining us for this informational session about all things COVID-19 vaccines. And so we're excited to have you join us, and I'm really excited about the panelists that we have here on our screen. I'd like to take a moment to introduce each of them to you, and we'll start with Dr. April Madden, who is really heading up our vaccination strategy team. And she's actually our Chief Officer of Family and Student Support Services for Henry County Schools. We also have Ms. Nicole McDowell, who is the Director of Family Services, but also heading up all the project and logistics for our vaccination strategy team. Of course, there's Superintendent Davis, and we obviously know her role here in the district, and she has done a remarkable job and lent her voice to many panels for statewide discussions around of course, this very important health and safety measure for our community. And then we're also fortunate enough to be joined today by Dr. Loren Pierce, who was just named our medical director for the closed point of distribution operations for Henry County Schools to be able to distribute vaccines to all of our employees that want one. So we have some great information to share with you today. And I'm going to turn it over now to Superintendent Davis to get things started.
Well, thanks, JD, and thank you, panelists, for being here today for an important conversation as we near this expected date to begin offering a vaccination for the employees of Henry County Schools and the educators in our community. So, Dr. Pierce, it's great to have a conversation with you today. I really want to actually start with just a little bit of background context. Talk a little bit about why, when you saw the opportunity to serve as the medical director for this vaccination site for Henry County Schools, you were intrigued and actually pursued that opportunity. Can you talk to us a little bit about what brought you to this role?
Sure. Thanks for the opportunity. Growing up in Henry County, it's always been a special place in my heart. Boys is the pharmacy that I grew up in, working in at college, and we've always had a theme of trying to make things better. And I saw no better opportunity than to, when I was asked to, if I would consider, is to be a part of allowing us to get on with our lives. And I think there's nobody that's listening or watching and on this panel that isn't ready to get on with our lives. So anything that I can contribute to help us move forward in that step, then I'm all for it.
I get a lot of questions about why Henry County Schools would pursue being a closed point of distribution when we see so many other models emerging around the state for other districts. And really, although I share very regularly that the reality is our entire public health network across the country has experienced significant strain serving the demand and the urgency around this vaccination distribution. And so I think Henry County as a community has had a really unique and probably something that's a little bit special about our community is everyone aiming to play their role at an incredibly ambitious level. And so our local DPH has been a great partner. Our local Piedmont Henry Hospital has been a great partner. But this is also the role that we now play by partnering with Moist Pharmacy and with you, Dr. Pierce, in order to really show our community that there is no one agency that is contributing to elevating the health of our larger community and seeing the significant responsibility to have educators have access to this vaccine. So talk a little bit about the plans you have seen for Henry County Schools closed point of distribution. And of course, the work you've now already done with Nicole McDowell and April Madden, that's given you a level of confidence that this is we're ready and this is the right next step.
Well, I'll tell you, I have seen my fair share of protocols and procedures for COVID vaccine distribution, and we have our own internally and for the public. But I tell you, the community spirit that I have seen of the not just you guys, but the community that comes together to promote the vaccine and come up with this plan is unlike anything I've ever seen. It's very professionally done, and it's extremely thorough. So I have no question, and that's why it was an easy decision for me to sign my name on it. Is the job that April, Nicole, and their gang put together was pretty phenomenal.
So certainly an interesting time where communities can show how they come better together or they work in isolation, and certainly feel like our desire to pursue this unified strategy to elevate community health is really evident in the role that you're playing. So let's talk a little bit about marching into this March 8th date that the governor has announced as eligible for our educators. Now, right now, Henry County Schools, we know that we are very soon to announce our dates for scheduled appointments for employees interested in this vaccine, and that is coming in the coming days. But we also know that we have to prepare all of our medical professionals, and that includes our very own school nurses. So can you talk a little bit about the role that school nurses will play and how you will be involved in this really significant opportunity they have to do something really remarkable, probably once in a lifetime remarkable, actually.
We hope so anyway, right?
That's right. That's right.
So, the things that I've seen and, the biggest question we have is how much vaccine that we're going to get. Is our best case scenario is that we have enough vaccine in one shipment for everybody where we can come together and have a drive-through vaccine clinic, working with the entire nursing staff and the admin staff to have an appointment-based clinic where we can vaccinate as many people in a 1 to 2 day period, and that's best case scenario. The other scenario would be is maybe those clinics are going to have to be, throughout the course of getting the vaccine. So say we get it in 25% increments, that would mean, we have to set up 4 clinics. And unfortunately, that's the nature of the business that we're dealing with. Is the supply is the biggest piece of it. And the supply is, somewhat erratic and unpredictable. But I have no doubt that we're fully prepared to administer it as soon as possible. As soon as we get it, we have a plan that it's instantaneous. That we just turn the key and set it up. So I'm pretty confident that we're going to make it happen without a lot of hitches.
Loren, can you please tell me, how do you tell me the process and what you've done to help our nurses in the district to be prepared for this moment?
Well, the CDC and the manufacturers have continued education and webinars that makes it pretty simple for us to do it on a flexible schedule to make sure that, nurses, it's been my experience, nurses are nurses and they all do a good job in doing what they do. And the only difference would be is, those specific characteristics, depending on the vaccine we get, that they're brought up to speed on those particular protocols. So for us and our staff, it's been a pretty easy task based on the level of professionalism that they already have in their skill set.
Well, Dr. Pierce, this has really been a great opportunity to connect and to share our conversation with our community and really demonstrate this emerging partnership that is really a result of what our community has come together to do in order to elevate the health and wellness of all of us. And so thank you for your time. More importantly, thank you for this body of work that's on the horizon for our team. And I really just want to also commend just how remarkable it has been for our experience to work with you and with Moy's Pharmacy. This has just actually been such a sort of load lightened on our body of work to know that your investment is so thorough and so sincere, and your attention to this has been 100% of your attention, and really just felt like you have made this as simple and easy as possible. So we're looking forward to the days and the weeks that are on the horizon, and expect to know more for our community really in just very short order. Thanks for spending time with us today.
I appreciate you saying that. It's we're happy to participate. Nothing we're doing is a drop in the bucket to what you and your educators are doing for our community. So thank you for that.
Well, thank you, Dr. Pierce. All right, JD, we'll turn it back over to you.
Well, thank you all so very much for tuning in and your attention to this very important matter about the COVID-19 vaccines and the different types that are available to our community. As always, we want you to stay as informed as possible. And so please always go to our Henry County Schools COVID-19 vaccination toolkit website that you can find through the homepage of our district's regular website. But please visit there often. There's plenty of information to keep you informed, a self-education page, testimonials from colleagues, and of course, other pertinent information around all things COVID-19 vaccinations. We appreciate your time today, and we look forward to bringing you more information here in the near future. Have a great day.